Right, so we're here at EICMA for the launch of Triumph New Motorcycles for 2019, and while we're here we've made a new announcement for an ambassador for Triumph Motorcycles for our race partnership with Dorna and the Moto2 Championship from 2019. And our new ambassador is none other than James Toseland, 2 times World Superbike champion, the youngest ever world champion, former MotoGP rider, and of course BT Sport commentator for MotoGP, Moto2 and Moto3. So James, welcome to Triumph.
Thank you. That's a lovely introduction, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's the best I've ever had, I think.
I'm glad to hear it. You've ridden this bike, or you've certainly ridden the engine. What do you think?
Well, it was in the deluge of what it was at Silverstone, wasn't it? And it was awful. In fact, I think I was the only guy that was out on track that weekend. As we know, the race was all cancelled, but 7 years of not riding, to say it was exciting was an underestimation. It was just incredible. I thought the performance of it, I rode 600s back in the day 20 years ago, but then this 765 engine, it had no reference to what I could remember all those years ago. And I think the boys are going to love it. I know they've been doing a bit of testing. I've heard a little bit of a whisper that they're almost a second quicker than they are on the current Moto2 bikes.
That's good to hear.
And obviously this is the Triumph chassis and everything else. It wasn't like the Calyx or the KTM or Sutra Speed Up. But just the engine performance alone, with the Magneti Morelli electronics on it, that's got the anti-wheelie and the launch control. No traction control actually, because that's not allowed. But I think the guys are going to love it. And also for the Moto3 guys that are coming up next year, Jorge Martin, the current world champion who's just won in Malaysia, and Bezecchi and all these great riders, it's going to be a bit more of a level playing field in Moto2 to give those boys a bit of a head start against the more experienced guys like Alex Marquez and the rest of them. And I think it's ready for a change. 8 years now on the same format. Triumph coming in right now with everything new, it's going to be fantastic.
A reboot.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to ride this, if I understand it, at Valencia in the last race, just before the Moto2 race maybe on the Sunday. Is that right?
Not in the race, by the way. But I'm going to be doing a couple of parade laps because it got so rained off in Silverstone, because we were supposed to be doing it at Silverstone, but then we've moved it to Valencia, and I can't wait to get my leathers back on again and have another couple of laps round on it, because I enjoyed it so much at Silverstone that I'm going to put some earplugs in this time, because I forgot my earplugs at Silverstone. It was so loud, and that's another thing as well. The triple, the noise is so unique and different. That's going to be really, really something when there's going to be 25, 30 of them all on the grid. Yeah. It's really going to give the championship a real boost.
Yeah, I heard 3 of these testing earlier on in the year, even 3 on track. Oh, you can feel it in your chest.
It is, and you know, I mean, they are loud machines.
Yeah.
And when you get nearly 30 of them, and like I say, from Alex Marquez, who's been one of the most experienced, to Jorge Martin, who's coming in first, because it's such a new format, new engine, new characteristics, a lot of more torque. There's about 7 brake horsepower more with the Triumph than Honda, and I think with that, it's going to give a little bit more rideability to delete the experience that the experienced guys have got to give more of a chance to everybody else. It's going to be great.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining Triumph.
Pleasure.
We look forward to seeing you again. More.